What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. I had to take a little break, but I'm back refreshed and ready to make some more videos. So this one is our boy DSP's late night stream of bass masturbating. And our boy DSP actually had the gall to say that it was fate. It was his destiny to become an Ebegger. Yes, he did. He actually regales us with the tales of the time that he visited an ROTC recruiter and that either fate or God or whatever you want to call it, the universe, directed this recruiter, to Phil. And actually, because of him, our boy Phil actually was able to live his dream and become an Ebegger. Let's hear the story.
Oh, fuck. Derek says, I was watching an old video where you were talking about possibly being recruited to the military. Was I ever serious about joining or thought about joining? Let me find a fishing spot and I can answer that, but basically when I was graduating high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and everyone else was like, oh, I want to go into this, I want to go into this. I was like, I don't know what I want to go into. Like, I literally have no idea. Okay? So, you know, my dad had been in the Marines and had said to me, you know, maybe you want to consider applying to maybe be in the Army or the Marines or whatever. Think about it. And I remember I went to a local recruitment office. I made an appointment and I went in there, and the guy who was there was a nice guy. Okay, and actually, hold on. What lure do I want to use? We'll start with the rattle trap tonight. We'll give this a shot. Okay. He was a nice guy. He told me all about it. And basically, based off my qualifications, meaning I was the valedictorian of my high school. I had all these extracurriculars. I had everything under my belt. I was physically fit back then. So, you know, it wasn't like I was chubby like I am now, but I was like athletic. You know, you can see I was athletic. And basically, the guy was like, you know, with all of your qualifications, as long as you pass the general basic training and all of that, we would likely try to get you into an officer's program because of, you know, your top of your class and everything. That's the kind of thing we look for in that. And I was interested at that time. I didn't know exactly what it was going to entail. Keep in mind, this was around 1999. All right. So this is before 9/11 happened. This is before all the crazy shit that went down. That is the smallest fish. I was telling the story. I didn't even look at the fish I caught. Holy crap. Is that thing even... What happened? It looks like it shrunk. They put it in the washer and it shrunk. That is like the smallest fish I've ever seen. Good lord. Okay, anyway. Thank you to Shia for a $2 tip. So my dad has been in a fishing tournament at Toledo Bend. Oh, so your dad was actually literally at where we are right now in the game and fishing in real life? That's kind of neat. See, that's cool to know that the game took realistic areas and that people have actually been there. Of course, it's not very realistic that you're the only person fishing. He says, okay, so you're not sure you want to do it yet. And I was like, no, that's kind of what I just said. So he gave me the information. It was like a packet and like his card. He gave me his card with his number, and he goes, as I was walking out the door, I still will not forget this. It's been over 25 years, well, about 23 years since this happened. But I still remember the guy looked at me with the smirkest, most cocky, egotistical, full of himself kind of look I think I might have ever seen on someone's face. And he looks at me and he goes, just like this. He goes, I know you'll be back. Just like that. Now, everything up to that point, I liked. But when someone literally goes, I know you're gonna be back, man. You know? That was seriously it. I'm not even kidding. It completely turned me off. And even if maybe that would have been a great choice for me for my life, just that guy's attitude of acting like that.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bet that you're way reading into that. The guy probably gave you the information, probably smiled and said, oh, you'll be back, just like anyone else would. Just like anyone selling their business or selling something to you, you know, they're going to show, they're going to show kind of like, I know that what I have to offer is great, and you're going to make the decision to come back. And he's going to be cocky about it, and he wants to portray that I'm sure of it. That's probably what it was. But your denhead self probably thought, he gave me a dirty look. He thinks I'm dumb. Whatever the hell it is. That's probably what it is. I've actually talked to recruiters when I was younger, before going into college, because I thought about going in the military myself. And the program I wanted to get into, I actually wanted to get into the Air Force. And give you a little bit of duty lore, I wanted to be a pilot. That was just something that excited me, or work on planes or something like that. And based on my vision and a couple other things, especially my physical, whatchamacallit, it wasn't something. I mean, I probably would have been able to get in the Air Force, but you know, I don't think I would have done what I wanted to do. So that's why I didn't choose to do it. So I've met with recruiters, and many of them are nice people, and they basically, yes, they're going to try to sell you to come into the military. That's their job, Phil. So more than likely, the guy gave you a look and said something kind of in a laughing manner, and you just decided to be obstinate and just say, oh, I'm not going to do it because he's trying to tell me that I'm going to do it. Like the idiot you are.
100% turned me off. I was like, I'm not going back. And I never did. I never considered it again. After that, I was like, and that's the recruiter. Like, that's the guy who they're putting out front to represent the armed forces and make you want to join. And he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You just said that the guy was really cool. He gave you a lot of information at the very beginning and everything was perfectly fine. And then right before you left, he gave you some smirker at it. That doesn't make any sense, Phil. It doesn't make any sense, Phil. The guy probably just gave you that smirk, just like anyone would, that feels like what they're offering is a good thing, that they're, you know, it's sort of like when you go to a salesman, when you go buy a car, and the salesman and the manager gives you a great price, and they feel like you really want this car, they know you want this car, and you say, well, let me think about it, I'll come back, and they'll give you a look and shake your hand and say, oh, we know you'll be back, we're giving you a good deal, you'll be back. That's all it was. But you took this as some type of affront and some type of sign from the heavens that you weren't meant to go into the military, and you were actually meant to be an Ebegger. That's what sent you what you're telling us, Phil.
I would think they would put someone there that's not like that, and I couldn't believe how he would, that when he did that, I was like totally taken aback, because like I said, the entire meeting up to that point was not of that tone at all.
Exactly, that should have told you right there the intent that the guy was trying to portray at the end. He was trying to portray confidence, like, I know you're going to be back because what we have to offer is great for you. That's all it is and nothing more.
It was more like very informative. He was trying to explain why this would be a great thing for me in my life, and the legacy of the armed forces in the United States, what an honor it is, and how you're held in high regard by people around you, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really couldn't believe it. And here's the thing with me, and I've told you guys this before, all right? I don't like to be told things like, if you convince me this is something good for you, and here's why, and here's the whole reason why, this is why you should or shouldn't do something. That I love. Give me a full reasoning and explanation. Allow me to understand something I don't understand. I'm open-minded in that regard. What I don't like is when people outright tell me, no, you can't do that, and you know, a bullshit reason, oh, because you're not good enough, or this or that, some insulting way. Or on the flip side of that, oh, you absolutely should do it no matter what, just do it. Those are the two things in my life that really have irked me the wrong way and pissed me off. And this guy just oozed that at the end of that meeting. And I was like, you know, who knows how different my life would have been if that recruiter had been a different recruiter, right? Because you got to remember something. That was 1999. What if when I graduated in the year 2000, I did decide to join the armed forces? And what if within that first year, 9/11 happens, right? And now, they got me shipping off to the Middle East.
Yes, you moron. That's how the military works. So the military, let me explain to you, you moron. The military offers you money. They basically say, hey, here, this is what we have to offer. If you join the military and you work for us, essentially that's what you're doing. You're working for the government. We will give you money. We will give you all these benefits. We'll give you medical benefits. We'll give you medical care. And if you serve within 4 years after that, you're a veteran. You're obligated to certain things like the the Army GI Bill, just a whole bunch of other stuff, right? That's what they have to offer you. What excuse me, what the Army is getting is the Army is getting someone that they can rely on in case of war, in case of deployment that they need to do. So that's the trade-off, Phil. You don't go into the military. It's not a government job where you get government benefits and it's a good thing and you don't have to offer up anything. No, you are getting everything I just stated for the possibility that the U.S. government may need you while the period that you are serving. They may need you in a time of war or deployment or something, or national emergency. That's the trade-off, Phil. Okay, it's so yeah. So essentially, just like with anything else in your life, you have to take a risk. So you look at the risk and the reward, and you make a decision. I know you can't understand that because you don't even apply that to your business. You take no risk and want all the reward. You don't buy new games because you're worried that you won't make your money or enough money on it. Risk versus reward, Phil. So yeah, I think the military may have dodged a bullet not recruiting you.
Right? And we're over there fighting wars and shit that have nothing whatsoever to do with 9/11. Remember, we went to Iraq and shit? For what? It had nothing to do with it. But we were doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that would have been quite an interesting situation. And it's kind of funny because, again, I'm not a superstitious guy. I don't necessarily believe in that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there's ghosts. I don't believe in destiny. I don't believe in anything like supernatural or anything like that. But they do say, there's a saying that things happen for a reason. Just maybe that guy was destined to be a cocky asshole to me at that moment in life, so that I would understand that that was not for me, and maybe really I dodged a bullet. You know what I mean? Now, by the way.
Alright, folks, there you go. You have it. Fate intervened in our boy DSP by sending him a recruiter that he did not like and allowing him not to choose the military and to become the Ebegger that he was destined to be. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.